Hi everyone, it's Amber. So I created a video about 4 years ago talking about my experience using tree hugger cloth pads. And since then, my cloth pad addiction has only grown to the point where now I have over 30 cloth pads from all different places. And with the pandemic happening right now and people wanting to be more environmentally friendly and be safer with not having to go into the grocery store and purchase pads, I thought this might be a great time to update everyone on different pad brands that I've tried and kind of my experiences with those and my opinions with those. And so I think this will be a good avenue, and hopefully it will help some people out in case they're trying to figure out, maybe what to purchase first, what direction to go in. So just to give you some background on my experience, I started using cloth pads about 4 years ago. I became curious and I just wanted to be more environmentally friendly. I wanted to be more comfortable during my period. And so that kind of led me to do a lot of research online and look into different cloth pad options. And so my first purchase with cloth pads was actually called PeriodMate, and I purchased these off Amazon. I think this was a 6 pack, is what I purchased these as, and it also came with a wet bag. So this is not the exact wet bag it came with, but this is a similar wet bag. And so I purchased these as my first kind of trial pack cloth pads just to see what am I going to like this? Is it going to be a good fit for me? And so I absolutely found that I loved these cloth pads. They're just so soft. The back of this is so incredibly soft. This part goes against your skin, and this part is equally soft. I believe this has a charcoal absorbency layer. I haven't had any leak problems, and I still use these cloth pads. So they're great in terms of absorbency. I never really feel wet when I use them, which I think is another concern with cloth pads. And these just really feel amazing. And kind of a funny story, when I first started using these, you can see that this is a really adorable but wild print on the back. And I actually wore these under white pants. I wore one of these under white pants when I first purchased them. And I was really worried that it was going to show through, that you'd be able to see, pink and purple polka dots through my pants. But actually, I found that these are really discreet. You couldn't see any of the pattern at all when I was wearing it. So that was really reassuring. And these are just so insanely comfortable. I don't think that Amazon sells these anymore, but I think that they sell similar ones. And so if you're wanting to kind of test the waters, and see if cloth pads are going to be a good fit for you, then I think this would be a great starting point. And I do want to show, so these do just snap together like this. And so then you can go ahead and just put these in your wet bag. And you can have them clean in here and then throw them in a different wet bag. Or if you want this to be your dirty wet bag, you can do that. So there's a lot of different options with that. But they're super portable. So all you do is just put those together and then snap that together and you're on your way. It's convenient, portable. You don't have to worry about in the bathroom stall making noise with a wrapper, which I was always really conscious about. And so these are awesome, and I highly recommend these. This first size that I ordered was, I think these are about 9 inches. So a good like light flow day pad, or heavy flow day pad. And I learned as I wore these, that I needed something at night with more coverage. And so my second purchase from Amazon was actually another PeriodMate pad, but this is the size large. I believe this is 12 inches, something along those lines. And so this has red that goes against your skin. This red, it almost feels like a flannel or like a fleece fabric, just a really nice, comfortable fabric. And so this was my second set that I purchased to wear as a night pad, which I absolutely loved as well. I still wear these, they're so comfortable. I really don't have a lot of like leak issues at night when I wear these because they are pretty large, which is nice. I can show you. a comparison of these two. So here's the size difference between those. You can see these are definitely a couple inches longer, but just a great overall size. And I never had any leak problems or anything like that. And so that was kind of my start dipping into my toes into cloth pads to see, am I going to like this? And I found that I loved them. And so my addiction only grew after that. So after I purchased the PeriodMate from Amazon, I decided to look into other brands of cloth pads, and I came across Gladrags. So you can see here's the tag for those. So these are called Gladrags, and so back then, this was probably 4 years ago that I started doing some research on other companies that sold cloth pads, and back then they actually offered where you could get a free panty liner sent to your house just to try the fabric, and they chose the design and everything. So I didn't get to choose this, but a couple different cloth pad companies did this. Gladrags did this. Lunapads did this, and Party in My Pants did this. And so I actually got, let's see, I got these three from just doing that, where they would send me a free cloth pad sample. I just had to pay shipping, and it was fantastic. I really liked trying different ones, trying different pad companies to see what I liked best. So I'll kind of talk about the Glad Rags first. So this is probably my favorite one that I had gotten from free from a company. And just because it feels pretty soft, it has a nice feel to it. I thought the pattern was actually really pretty. Kind of reminds me of stained glass. The only thing that I don't really like is I feel like this looks kind of dingy. I mean, this is again 4 years old, but it definitely does not look brand new. It has been used a lot. It does have some staining. It is cotton topped, and so typically that tends to stain a little bit more than other fabrics like minky or bamboo. So that's definitely something to consider. But one of the reasons that I didn't go for Glad Rags, the bigger pads, are that I think they have like an insert, and so you have to buy like the normal, regular pad, and then you have to put like inserts on top, and then just change out the inserts during the day. And I wasn't really wanting to do that. I just want to change the whole pad so I can feel more dry and more clean. And so that's one of the reasons why I didn't really like this brand as much. But I still do use this panty liner frequently because it is a great panty liner. So there's that. Lunapads. So this is the one I got free from them, and it's a really pretty pad. Here's the tag for that. Oh, there we go. This company has gone under, or I guess not gone under, but they've changed names. So now they're called Isle. And I actually ordered one of their pads last week, so I'll be really curious to see how that compares to these. But this is just the normal panty liner size pad, and I wasn't really in love with the fabric on this. I feel like it looks really pilly if you can see it up close. So it looks really pilly. So I'm hoping that their new pads don't get like that and don't really show as much wear. But overall, this has been a really nice free panty liner that I've used occasionally. It also, you can see a little bit of staining on that as well. And this was actually their thong version of the panty liner that I had ordered. And I just thought it was really cute with the bicycles on it. I love biking, so I thought that was really cute. But like you can see, it's not very skinny on the end, and so it wasn't very comfortable to wear with thongs. And so I honestly, if I wear this, it's with normal underwear because it doesn't really have the shape that's right for a thong underwear. So there's that. The last one is Party in My Pants. And so this one is the mini liner size. I just love the cars on there. I think that's really cute. And so I'm not a big fan of this panty liner, to be totally honest with you. So it has what's called a nylon leak resistant bottom. And this honestly feels like a tent material, like you would go camping and you would stay in a tent. This feels a lot like that. It's definitely leak resistant, but it just like there's just something about it that I don't really particularly like. It's not soft and fluffy. But I think in the summertime, this is nice. You definitely feel dry. But I'm just not in love with the fabric. It does have a cotton topper on it, but I just can't really get over the backing. And I think that's just personal preference, to be honest with you. And so I don't really use this. I keep this as like a last resort pad. I have it in like a pad wrapper that I keep in my backpack. So when I'm in class, or on campus, if I need to, then I have it as kind of a backup. But this is definitely not one of my go-to pads. And again, that's just personal preference. I'm sure some people really love this, but that's just my opinion. And so I think that's all I wanted to cover in this first video. I'm hoping to make a few more follow-up videos. I was a little bit shocked that my first video has gathered over 100 views. I was really excited to see that. And so I thought, why not make a few more videos and talk about my experience using other cloth pad brands? And although Tree Hugger Cloth Pads is still my favorite brand, hands down, there are a lot of other great cloth pad companies that have kind of come up. And I think that a lot more will, as the pandemic continues and people don't want to go to the store to buy reuse or buy disposable products. So please just feel free to, if you have any comments or questions, throw those in the box below. And hopefully I will continue to make a few more videos discussing other cloth pad brands. So keep an eye out and have a great day. Bye.